Hello YouTubers, this is Tia from Musings of Mystic and I'm back on my laptop because my phone kept cutting out between on videos and I just don't like that. So hopefully my laptop will do better. So anyway, the question here is what are your person's motives? It's like, why is this person doing what they're doing in this situation? So, I don't know, maybe you've got something going on with somebody and they're doing weird stuff. You're like, what is making you do this? What is making you do this? So, pile number one is rose quartz. Number two is malachite, cabochon. Number three is hematite. I do sell these at my shop. The information to buy them is down below. My tablecloth situation is irritating me a little bit. Anyway, first world problems, right? Okay. 1, 2, and 3. While you're choosing your piles, I will say that I am doing personal readings through InstantGo and email. I also accept tips and donations. I also appreciate when you guys like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, if you need crystals, I sell them. I'm also running a special right now for readings, 25-minute reading for $20. Not sure how long that's going to go on, but we'll just roll with it and see what happens. So pile number one, which is rose quartz. What is this person's motives? Like what is driving them to do what they're doing right now? Please remember, these are general readings and it will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong. Just means that the message is for someone else. If you need a personal reading, I'm doing a special right now, 25 minutes for $20. My information is below to get that. What is this person's motives? What? Person. Let's see what they're asking about. That one wants to come out. I don't normally take flyouts for decks this big, but they seem like they want to come out, so I'm going to go ahead and take them. Knot of Water is at the end of the deck. In most traditional decks, I kind of see this as somebody kind of having self-serving motives, where like, she's got all these like gems and stuff. She's a mermaid. She could take them back to the surface, but it looks like she decided to collect them and keep them because that's what makes her happy. That is what makes her happy. Her motivation is to make herself happy, to keep herself full. And for some reason, I saw this card and I was like, oh, it's just because they like to keep themselves happy. It looks like that Seven of Earth might be what is going on here. 10 of Fires. Like, this person doesn't like to be stressed out. If it's that this person is acting selfishly, it's because their number one goal is to keep themselves happy. And if they're causing issues because there's stress in the situation, that they look at this guy's face. He's like, oh, whatever. Like, whatever. I don't care. I don't want to do this. That's not necessarily what the card, the Seven of Earth, means. But what I'm like, the first thing that I saw was his face. I don't care what he's looking at. He's looking at this fairy. But his face is like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. F all this stuff. I don't care. So, he's also looking toward the sun, which is the most positive card in the deck. And I just kind of feel like this person is doing what they're doing. Their motivation is to keep themselves happy. And they will burn their bridges. They'll tell lies. They'll just do whatever to keep themselves happy. And then they'll look at you like, why are you obstructing my happiness, yo? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I want to be happy. All I want to do is be happy. So go away. Ugh. They'll look at you like this. I feel like somebody is asking about a child that looks like this all the time. And they're like, oh my God, just, oh, mom, leave me alone. Dad, leave me alone. I just want to die. I just want to do me. Well, just let me do me. Let me live. Anyway, if it's not that, if it's something else, it's still like the underlying energy is the 9 of water. And it's like they just want to basically do what they want to do, and they don't want to be burdened by other stuff that's going on. They just kind of want to stay in their own place of happiness. Alternatively, this person might want something, and they don't really care if it causes you stress. They might want something from you with the 9 of water, which also pops up when I do readings. And the question is like, what's the person want? The 9 of Cups comes out to confirm, yes, this person wants something. They want to be fulfilled in some way. And this is like the biggest card here for me, the Sun, where this person is like looking at the sun too. It's like looking right past this fairy to the sun because they want to get whatever they want. Their motivation is to be happy, basically. Ultimately, they just want their own happiness. And they're willing to burn through whatever is stressing them out and obstructing them to get it. It's like kind of selfish, like they're self-centered here. Some of them want to live like a luxurious life. I knew this one guy. For some reason, he's coming up. Like he didn't have like a big impact on me. But for some reason, right now, I'm remembering him. I think it's more of an intuitive thing where he had a girlfriend and children by this woman, and he was like he'd buy old broken down BMWs and try to fix them, and he would get them just running, like just on this side of running, where if you sneezed wrong, the car would break down, and he did that because it made him feel like he had a lot of like money because rich people drive BMWs, right, or whatever. So they might want there might let me say this. He was super selfish because his girlfriend was the one that was working and taking care of the kids, and they were living at his mom's house, and he was buying these broken down freaking BMWs when he could have bought like a minivan that was reliable. So this person is like maybe a little delusional. Maybe they're like, oh, I only see what I want to see, basically, and I want to see what makes me happy. And they might want all of these riches and things, even though they don't have the means necessarily to get those things. They just kind of they want what they want, and might actually steal some things to get what they want and burn the evidence or whatever. But the overall energy of this is that the person that you're asking about is selfish, and they want to get what they want, and they don't really care. They're not listening to you when you're talking. They don't really care about what you're saying. They just want what they want, and basically you can't really do anything to change that right now. They kind of have to wake up from their dream world a little bit so that they can see the logic that I feel like you're trying to give them here. So pile number 1, hopefully you can get through this person and talk some sense to them, but they might just look at you like, oh my God. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tip and donate if you'd like. And remember, if you need a reading, there's a special going on right now for 25 minutes for $20. I will see you guys in the next video to talk now. So pile number 2. What are the motivations that this person has? Like, what are their motives in the situation for Malachite pile? Malachite, what are your person's motives in the situation? Remember, these are general readings and will not resonate with everyone, and that is okay. Sometimes the reading is just for other people, and that's just fine. So, if you need a personal reading for clarification or just one that resonates with you, my information is below to get that. I'm doing readings 25 minutes for $20 right now. What are the motives of the person the seeker is thinking about? Jesus. Oh, what? This feels like a very institutional kind of thing. Like, these might be your foster parents that you're asking about, and you're like, what are their motives? They are trying to give you a home. And right now, if you're young, it might seem like they're just trying to restrict you and keep you from, having fun, but they want you to have stability. Obviously, if these people are actually hurting you in some way, then you should get some help. But what I'm seeing here is mother, father, and home right here, basically. And they might, if they are religious people, they're trying to use, they might be using their religion to do what they feel like is best for you, which is to they're trying to help you out. I'm not feeling a whole lot of malice here. With the five is the Hierophant, which sometimes is a pompous asshole. So I feel like they're not trying to be malicious and hurtful. They're not. But the way that they were raised and the way that they feel is right to raise children is to do it through religion and do it in a way that might seem kind of harmful here. Now, off of that, if you're not a foster kid that doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. A different storyline here is that they want to have a traditional home with you. Their motives are to have a traditional mother type role, a traditional father type role, and a traditional home, like a traditional marriage, a traditional home. And they feel like this is just kind of this might be something they've wanted from childhood, basically. They might have wanted to have a traditional type home from childhood, and their motivation is to have that now. Oh, this is actually beautiful. The six is the Lover's card, I believe. This is a very twin flamey kind of freaking pile here. Look at all these major arcana cards. It is like major arcana card city. There's one that is not a major arcana card out of the like 7 that I pulled. And they're all around the same number too. 3, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are like in order. I feel like the person that you're asking about, their motivation is to have order. To have order in the home, to have order outside the home, to have a traditional relationship with somebody. And somehow here somebody is worried they're not going to get that. Or the actual underlying is that they're just afraid, basically. They're afraid that if things are out of order, things are not going to go very well. There's like deep-seated fear behind the emperor here. Their motivation, though, like I said before, is to have this relationship, and I guess they're worried that they're not going to get it with the Suffering and Silence card, which is the Nine of Swords card. But I like this reading because we've got the Divine Feminine, the Divine Home, Divine Masculine, and the Divine Relationship here. So they might. This is just. It's really beautiful, but there's a little bit of worry here. So their motivation is to have this with you. So the reason why they're doing all the things they're doing is because they're worried they're not going to have it. They're also doing these things to do whatever they can to make sure that they can have this. But off of the topic of this, and look at that. This, I picked this up, and under that is this, and under that is this, and under that is this. Like, how many major arcana cards am I going to see? Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. They feel like this is destiny, basically. Their motivation comes out of a place probably of a spiritual soulmate type. Like they believe that this is a soulmate type connection, and they feel like this is just destiny anyway, and that they're supposed to have this relationship with you. And if there are red flags, either they're ignoring them, or they're worried that the other shoe is going to. If there aren't any red flags, if there aren't any, they're worried that there will be some somewhere. And there's like, this feels like it's too perfect, basically. And I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, but if it's divinely good, then it is. It's just going to be what it is, But like I said, off of that topic, this looks like a twin flame connection because there is like I said, divine feminine, divine masculine, the divine relationship connection, and the like divine household. This just feels like a pile that is in divine order, basically. Maybe you had a what do you call it? A soul contract with this person. And you were like destined to meet this person. Like, I have never had anything like that. Well, I've never had these cards fall like this so perfectly. Hopefully I answered the question. What are their motives? They're driven by, if you don't believe in like Christian God or whatever, they're like driven by universal forces here. And they're acting and doing the things they're doing in the situation because first of all, they're driven by universal forces, and because they are strongly attracted to you, and because there is some kind of fear here that they're not going to have the kind of relationship that they want. And they can see that, they can have that with you, and they want it. I feel like this is a love connection, but if it is not, it might go along the lines of the foster care type of storyline. Or, I mean, you can have a divine connection with somebody who's not a romantic partner. Overall, though, they just want order, and they don't necessarily want to be hurtful. They just want, their motivation is to have order, like traditional order. You know how things are supposed to be. And there is some fear here that they're not going to have that. So if they have outbursts, it's because they're afraid they're losing control, basically. And if they feel like if there is no control, there is no order. And they're not necessarily coming from, like I said, a hurtful place. They are just, that's just who they are. And they are trying to do it so that you ultimately don't go out into the world and hurt yourself if you're a child, or so you ultimately don't hurt them, or so you don't hurt yourself if you're like their friend or something. Like, if I control you, I can make sure that you don't hurt yourself and I get what I want, whatever that is. That was super weird. Like, super interesting pile. And I hope that you guys get what you want out of the situation. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, tip and donate. And if you need a personal reading, I do those. It's $25, 25 minutes for $20 right now. See you guys in the next video. So, deck number 3, Hematite. Hematite. Oh, goodness. Pile number 2 is just woo. What are the motives of the person that you're thinking about? Why is this person doing what they're doing in the situation? Come on. If you need a personal reading right now, I'm doing 25-minute readings for $20. Don't know when that's going to end, but I'm just doing it until basically. Remember, these readings are general readings and will not resonate with everyone, and that is okay. So what is this person's motives? Nine of Water. High Priestess. King of Earth. Weird. Six of Water. Six of Water reads memories from your history or childhood issues regarding children, romanticizing the past. Somebody out there wants to spend more time with their kids, but they have to work. But their motivation is to retire one day. The High Priestess here is potentially indicating a dream that they have that they want to realize. You might have kids with this person. Anyway, here's the Nine of Water. It could be like looking back on their past. You might have known this person from childhood or for a long time. You might have a spiritual connection with this person in some way, shape, or form. You might not be with this person right now, like in a relationship or interact with them at all in life, physically. I would like to clear for the High Priestess, please, because their motives might be hidden from you for sure. Clarifying the High Priestess. Nine of Swords. Someone is worried. Queen of Swords. Justice. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, interestingly. It's a weird answer, because I wasn't really expecting to get a woman. Or people. Nine of Swords. So odd. Anyway, the High Priestess, Archangel Hanael. Listen to your intuition. Have patience. Consider carefully what you want before acting. That might be what their motivation is. Like, if this person is an earth sign, which can be indicated by the King of Earth, which reads generous, professional, reasonable, practical, a successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered, the Midas touch. They might just have this like resting bitch face that gives nothing away, and you're like, why are they? Like, are they mad? What are they doing? They might actually be worried, and you would never know it. What are their motivations? They might be secretly trying to. If you're not the mother of their children, they might be having issues with the mother of their children in a court case that they are going through. And they like want to have joint custody or full custody, but they're having an issue with the court case, with the justice card. And the Queen of Swords can indicate a woman who is divorced. So right now, their motivation is to get what they want out of the situation. Your wishes come true, concerns fade away, they love life. Nine of Cups. I kind of feel like this is more about just them secretly wanting to, and some of them might be trying to be like a little bit vindictive about it secretly, where they're like, you want to divorce me, fine. Well, I want to take the kids from you. That might be a little bit of what they're. I feel like somebody here is like in a nasty divorce case where they do actually legitimately love their children. The King of Swords does, but they also kind of just want to stick it to their spouse. For like, I got the kids, so you know, that kind of thing. Where, and if, like I said, if you're not the person that they're having this battle with, um, they are secretly going through like a divorce battle with somebody, and they're trying to get their kids just to have them and love them, but also to just be mean to their spouse. So yeah, and they're also kind of concerned and worried about the divorce because they're hurt. They're hurt and they're being a little bit immature, you know. Now, if that is not your storyline, they've got some secret issues going on with the Queen of Swords that they're worried is going to be revealed. It's like balance is required here because there is no balance here. And they're worried about the situation with the Queen of Swords. It could be like a work related thing where you're asking about somebody that you maybe have worked with for a long time. Go away, fly God. And they're like, it might be looking back at you like, that's an interesting thing that I can get into, but there are legal issues, and I don't want to get in trouble because I'm worried about getting fired, you know? Especially if you're asking about a boss. But I kind of feel like the divorce storyline is kind of more, or the breakup storyline is kind of more what's going on here. And if that is what's going on, that kind of sucks. I hope that that made sense. I'm sorry if I start to sound weird, but I am tired right now because I've done like 4 readings today, and I am just trying to get through this one so I can take a nap. Whew. So, pile number 3. I hope that you get what you want out of the situation because you're the one that I'm reading for. So, yeah, if you need a personal reading, I'm doing those through InstantGo and email right now. And I'm also doing 25-minute readings for $20 a piece. If you need one of those, my email is below. I also sell awesome crystals on eBay. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, and donate. And I will see you guys next video. Ta-ta for now. Jeez,